Mysterious tweets were released this week, starting with Suge Knight tweeting, "This little guy is responsible for the passing of Tupac." As just a few days prior, another tweet would reveal, "I've been quiet for too long. First month of 2024, I'll be announcing what's going on with Tupac Shakur, aka Tupac," making many believe that Suge Knight is revealing the truth through several Twitter accounts every few days. Now this would then lead to a rapper combining the truth behind his alleged passing to evidence of him still being alive. As when you compare the evidence from both sides, the final result is very weird, as an interview from Suge Knight makes a very convincing case towards Tupac still being here, as Tupac was apparently doing fine in the hospital just before his passing, where Suge Knight would say, and I quote, "When I left that hospital, me and Pac were laughing and joking. I don't see how someone can turn from doing well to doing bad."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I would say this, Pac, you never know.
But what's weird was that Tupac was allegedly in a very deep sleep arriving to the hospital. So how in the world would he and Suge be laughing if Tupac was sleeping? It doesn't seem to add up. However, in a 2008 interview, Suge Knight would stand on what he said, as he would even say once again that he was alive and well over a decade ago.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They love me.
Suge Knight stayed quiet about Tupac being alive for over 10 years, as because when he was done in the 2008 interview, he almost lost his life at a nightclub when he was targeted by people with firearms on the inside. When Suge Knight was arrested by police and asked about what happened, he actually told them nothing and walked away, as he knew in the back of his head this likely has something to do with him stating that Tupac was still alive. The interesting part was in 2018, when Suge Knight's son, Suge Knight Jr., would take it to Instagram stating also that Tupac was still alive and that he was living in Malaysia, as Suge Knight Jr. posted this, multiple photos to his Instagram, and then he would show a text conversation where someone said to him, "You said too much, it's now time for you to go," as it was at this moment when Suge Knight Jr. was posting several photos of Tupac beside modern day celebrities such as 50 Cent and Beyonce. With Suge Knight Jr. beginning to panic as someone was going after him, he would then post one final photo with Tupac and Beyonce where he would caption it, "He never left us, but they'll be after me soon." While some believe it was a publicity stunt for Suge Knight Jr. to gain clout, others believe that it was factual, as if anyone were to know anything more about Tupac being alive, it would likely be Suge Knight's son, considering that Suge Knight was right there at the scene of the crime. However, we've also seen rappers state that Tupac is still alive as well, as in 2010, a rapper named Tretch was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before his show. Tretch and Tupac were very close friends back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together, but here's where things get interesting. After Tretch's interview, the cameraman forgot to stop recording and he placed his camera on the floor. In the footage, you can hear the interviewer asking Tretch about Tupac, to which Tretch responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question. Is Pac still alive? Nobody knows. Y'all good? Yeah, we good. We good. Thanks a lot, man.
Last time I saw him, he was in church, man.
As mysteriously only 2 months after Tretch would reveal this, a video was then released on a news website of a video of Tupac chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Zoom in. That's Pac, man. He was the outlaw. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
With all of the evidence rappers exposed to Tupac still being alive, when you connect all of it to the evidence of the police reports of how Tupac allegedly passed, you can start to see the truth of it all. The police just recently arrested a man named Keefe D in connection to the crime.
For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, of Tupac Shakur. Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996. It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our section to get to where we are today.
As on September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label, Suge Knight. The two were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over, they spotted an op in the lobby.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and two of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
As security would then break up the altercation between Tupac, Suge Knight, and the ops, leading Pac and Suge to go back to their hotel to change before going off to a club owned by Suge Knight. At around 11 p.m., the two began heading to the club where things would go down right in the middle of the street, as Tupac was stopped at a red light when those same ops from the hotel would catch him lacking.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled down twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
However, the theory for many years has always been that Tupac was allegedly lacking and didn't have anything to defend himself with. This was, however, until Keefe D was arrested and would reveal information that we never knew, as Keefe D would hop into an interview with DJ Vlad where he would reveal he was in the opposing vehicle and they only used their firearms first, as Tupac was allegedly reaching for his.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually...
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So, someone from your car...
That's what happened.
...started at Tupac and Suge.
As right before the altercation went down, Keefe D would explain the moments and detail everything of how they even found Tupac and how they pulled up on him.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just
Okay.
say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. He was going to go drink. And he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
However, this would make the interviewer a little skeptical if Keefe D is telling the truth, as if Keefe D was in the vehicle when Tupac sadly passed the entire time, why is he just now being arrested? Keefe D would then pull out some evidence that we've never seen, which would be his police interrogation from a day after the crime occurred, leaving the interviewer speechless.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looks at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window.
The interviewer then immediately asked Keefe D what was his initial reaction and what is his true emotions to the incident now.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. I really do, man. Because it took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate that happened. Promise to God. I feel that was wrong, man. It was just purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. It never happened, dude. You know what I'm saying? I lost my Colombian plug. You know what I'm saying? Been having the feds up for 15 years. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't catch a break, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I did time behind.
He would then later reveal later in the interview he has actually released a book about being involved in Tupac Shakur's passing several years ago. The title is called Compton Street Legend. He includes interviews of him hinting towards doing the crime, being there, and even what caused everything, which raises the question of why is he now just being arrested for this? Fans believe it's a cover-up that Tupac is still alive, as this week we also heard a new police team investigating connections to the crime, as it would be announced randomly, breaking, Snoop Dogg arrested and questioned to Tupac Shakur's passing. Police questions the rapper's recent interviews, as Snoop Dogg was recently invited onto a podcast, as while being interviewed, Snoop would reveal something we never knew.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So
saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
As the police are questioning on why Snoop Dogg didn't get into the vehicle with Tupac and Suge Knight when he was supposed to be there. Did Snoop Dogg know something was gonna happen, or did he just get extremely lucky? What do you think?